We live now. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Yeah.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, where we learn this truth from. And peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe in this truth and sincerity. It's the brother Yahweh Khan, with brothers from the GMS Cleveland branch, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson, something quickened through the spirit. As the title reads, the recipe for disaster. The recipe for disaster. Which you grab that word recipe real quick. Because when you pay attention to everything taking place on the planet Earth, mainly in America, it's all things that are building up to a greater event, so to speak. Speaking specifically in terms of the hour of temptation spoke of in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, the 10th verse. But that's going to be when the MOTB, which the fulfillment of Revelation 13 and 16 on down is manifest, is fulfilled, which it is a physical thing, or RID, a grain of rice, but everything that we see happening, all roads lead to the Quran. You also got that saying,
You want to Google?
Yeah, kind of good.
It says a recipe. It says a set of instructions for preparing a particular dish, including a list of their ingredients required.
Which the ingredient, because the dish that's being prepared is judgment. Judgment upon America, and of course the rest of the world. But mainly America. The ultimate judgment is the missiles. But you got smaller judgments that's going to take place in America. You're going to have a civil war. People going to be getting gunned down. It's going to be a scarcity of food. Famine. People going to have to resort to turning on their neighbors, eating their children, and things like that. So these things is that we see leading up. You got, because over the past couple of years, you had a different processing plants burning down. You had a different train derailments. Those things got swept under the rug, but the effect is eventually going to show from those things.
Right, you can't forget cannibalism. That's a major prophecy that's coming back too, and also Teeth of Wild Beasts. I just did a lesson. Seen the video on YouTube. These 4 dogs ganged up on the Jake, and they took his ass down, but the Lord showed mercy. He survived. But the fact that these animals will gang up with each other and they get at you humans, man. Okay, this is once again it's a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
Read the definition one more time. It says a set of instructions for preparing a particular dish, including a list of the ingredients required.
Niggas being hyped up on drill music and drugged up. That's also a part of the ingredients. Bitches thinking that they equal to man and following out the feminism. That's also a part of the ingredients. Because all these things is going to help to magnify and intensify, the effect of Jacob's trouble. It should be another definition.
It says something which is likely to lead to a particular outcome.
Something which is likely to lead to a particular outcome, which the wicked elite, Esau, Edom, the wicked elite bankers, they have something known as order ab chaos, which is Latin for order out of chaos, meaning what? They would create chaos, they would create a problem.
Yep.
Okay, the people would give a reaction, then they would create the solution, which is going to result in the order that they're looking for. And the order that they're looking for is for you to be submissive to the technology, the AI, in the form of taking the CHIP and to own nothing and be happy.
Right. That's when you go to the word dragon in Revelation 13. It goes back to Draco, which was a Athenian law scriber, which was known for bringing down harsh judgments for misdemeanors. Paraphrasing that, man. Just like you got something today called jaywalking, or even sagging your pants, you can get hit with a ticket for shit like that, man. But then, if you read the quote, the example they got, it says sky-high interest rates are a recipe for disaster, man. You see? So this is more proof that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he has something in mind for America, Babylon the Great. And it's not pretty, man. Okay? As you see the video that the brother got popped up, it says economy is breaking, man. Absolutely through, man. All right. I got a preset real quick. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 4, and verse 37. It says, by measure hath he measured the time, and by number hath he numbered the time. And he do not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Right? And the Heavenly Father is getting fed up with this place continuing on. Okay, he's lining these things up in a particular order, right? The Heavenly Father is real meticulous, meaning everything has to be lined up correctly and perfectly for these things to take place on earth, man. The Heavenly Father is real dramatic, man. You about to see a lot of drama coming real soon, man.
So without further ado, I'm gonna play this the video's about 4 minutes. You know, we're gonna play, might interject, you know, but you're gonna see basically going back to the title lesson, the recipe for disaster. This is one of the ingredients of the recipe. You know, the title reads absolutely through economy breaking. You're gonna have people giving their intake, you know, but I'm gonna play it.
That's absolutely through.
Because this place is over with, circling the drain.
Dollar Tree closing 600 stores this year. CVS closing 900 stores through the end of this year. Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants.
The first three they named was Walgreens, CVS, and I forgot the other one. But those are stores that also have pharmacies. See what I'm saying? So where are you people that's getting these your prescriptions and all these other life supporting ingredients for your health, your livelihood? Where are you going to get those things from? Okay, showing you that man, that you about to lose it, man. All right, your dependence on the society is about to be removed, man. You're going to depend on yourself or your Bashim al-Shah, man.
That's spirit you said that, and I go to the etymology for the word recipe.
It says medical prescription, a formula for the composing of a remedy written by a physician.
And who was the physician in this case? It would be Esau Il. You know, if you want to go to Job 13 and 4. You know, because people, they depend, okay, of course, on literal medical prescriptions, you know, whether it be the blood pressure medicine and things like that. People depend on this, which was, you know, given unto them by the quote unquote physicians, you know, the doctors and things like that. But also on a bigger level, you know, on a macro scale, they depend on the system, they depend on the government, you know. Why? Because they think that it's actually going to benefit them. But the whole time they've been deceived.
This is Job 13 and 4. Ye are forgers of lies.
It says, but ye are forgers of lies. Okay, to forge means to cover up, you know, to smear over. So they cover up their wickedness, they cover up their deceit with lies.
It says, ye are all physicians of no value.
And a physician is meant to do what? It's meant to heal you. Okay, but a physician that's of no value is not going to heal you. You know, you're gonna be you're gonna continue on in a fucked up state that you in, and not only that, but you're gonna get worse. Okay, because anybody with good sense, okay, or common sense knows that if a disease goes untreated, it only gets worse. Okay, but these devils, they act like they got the treatment for that disease. That disease would be captivity, you know, hell, you know, but it's only going to get worse.
I got that definition. It says Strong's H456 for the of no value. It says of not good for nothing, worthless. It says of physicians, a shepherd, a divination of false gods. Right, because what did the Lord say in Job? He said let your gods deliver you pretty much from the times that's about to come. Okay, the nation of Israel is going to need deliverance from all this hell that's about to take place on earth, man. Right, and you 2/3 they don't have the covering. The Lord's gonna give you over into wrath, man. Right, but the elect will be protected, man. He said, "My servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry, man." Right, the elect gonna be good. They gonna laugh at famine and destruction, man. Let's just read that in Job the 5th chapter. They not gonna have a care in the world, man.
I'm keep playing this.
UPF is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as well. eBay, why not? 1,000 jobs lost there. Microsoft cutting 1,900 positions.
And if you pay attention, it's not just the pharmaceutical jobs. It's not just your Dollar Tree, which a lot of people go there. You know, a lot of people, they converted from going to the Walmarts and Targets and bigger stores, and they started to go to smaller, you know, dollar stores. That's why a lot of times you go to the dollar store, it's a lie, you know. But why is that? Because things is becoming more expensive, you know. But it's not only just those. It's also what she say, UPS, you know, Microsoft. But these all these things is pertaining to prophecy. You know, if you want to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 12 real quick.
And then also those techno jobs was they replacing you humans with AI, man. You know, you just had Elon Musk lay off thousands of people, man.
Yeah. And then these physicians, these devils, they'll tell you that the only way to compete with the AI is for you to merge with it. You know, and in simpletons, they gonna believe that, and they gonna actually merge with the technology in the form of taking the CHIP. You know.
Well, this is the book, Ecclesiastes. I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves, and their grindings cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows."
So, like, did you start at verse 1?
You want me to start on 1?
Yeah,
It says, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not."
So this is the time to be considering and turning back to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you know, to the Heavenly Father through His only begotten Son, before shit hits the fan, before all hell breaks loose, you know.
It says, "Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them."
Because it's gonna come to a point where people they're not gonna be desirous to be living in the times that we're gonna be living in. People not gonna be desiring to see their children starving to death, to hearing their neighbors getting raped. Okay, the wife of their neighbor and his children and him. Okay, they're not gonna be desirous to be living in those times. But that's the times to come. So knowing that those are times to come, you're supposed to be returning and seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
It says, verse 2, "While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain."
Going into the wisdom of this world being darkened. You know, you're not gonna be able to seek Esau, Edom, and what he tell you to do, and apply that to try to get some answers. It ain't gonna be none of that. You know, black culture ain't gonna do nothing for you. Kemet ain't gonna do nothing for you. Allah not gonna do nothing for you.
It says, "And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves."
And it said the keepers of the house. Going to the economists, you know, the different, you know, analysts, the people that keep track how much Walmart sold, how many shares or that they sold within the last couple months compared to the last months before that. The ones that do these different articles telling you the stock market go crash by 2030 and things like that. They the ones that's trembling.
Right, you had the guy, what was his name, Jamie Dimon, that owns JP Morgan or Chase. He sold stock, he sold shares, showing you that the economy fucked up. You got this dude that owns all this financial company. He's selling shares, man. So he's worried. He knows something's coming down the drain, man. It says,
like I was saying, if I'm not mistaken, like a few months back, we know Walmart, that's like if not number one, number two retail store in America. But they was trying to sell like 1 billion of their shares. Wow, because they know that it's all about to crash eventually.
It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease."
The grinders cease, meaning those people that's working. She listed thousands of jobs that's going to eventually lay off people, which they already have laid off people over the past couple years. And it's going to get to a point where down there ain't nobody going to have a job unless they got the CHIP.
It says, "Because they are few, and those that look out of the windows should be darkened."
Meaning your forecast, you know, because right now people will tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna be in Miami, you know, for next spring break," or even "I'm gonna be in Miami this summer, you know, or I'm gonna go here during this time." So that's they forecast. Them looking out the window, they see light. They in their future, they see prosperity and success and things like that. But all that's gonna be darkened, you know.
It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets.
Because a lot of businesses gonna be closed down. You already see that. A lot of like pharmacies where they used to be is closed down. A lot of dollar stores, even mom and pop stores, mainly them. You know, because they got to go up on their prices because what they got to go to somebody just to get they product. You know, the food or whatever it is that they sell it. But as the inflation and the shrinkflation, and the dollar, the value of the dollar continues to decrease, it's gonna get worse and worse and more. Okay, doors gonna be shut in the streets, like the brother just read.
It says, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
And it said, what it say? Can you read that last part again?
It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the
It's
bird.
like the part before that.
Oh, okay. It says, when the sound of the grinding is low.
The sound of the grinding, going back to people working. A lot of people not about to have a job. You know, a lot of people. You know, why? Because it's all gonna lead to what we're gonna read in 2 Ezra 15. You know, the lack of bread, the great tribulation. When you ain't got a job, how you gonna pay your bills? You know, if you can't pay your bills, how the hell you gonna have a place to stay? How you gonna have a car to drive? How you gonna have food to eat? Because people go without anything but without food. Okay, you're not.
Should you even keep playing
You're gone.
And then you got a lot of people already, millions, tens of millions of people, they already not paying their bills because they see that America is continuously sending money to these foreign countries to aid them. Meanwhile, they can't even help their own people, man. See, they even saying how this is probably a month ago on the China Reacted. Dude was telling me, I haven't paid taxes in decades and shit. He was getting people riled up. We shouldn't pay taxes and all this shit. That's showing you that people are getting riled up, man. They're about to stop paying. They're about to stop aiding this government, man, which is going to even more cause a crash in this government, man.
Because America is divided,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it's all done by design, which that's why you had the different uproars of the people taking place at these different college campuses, because they see America sending all this aid over there to Ukraine and to the small hats in Israel, but yet prices over here is going up, people losing jobs and things like that. It's no aid being done to them.
Expedia cutting 1,500, Cisco cutting 4,000, Apple cutting 600. It's entertainment too. Regal Cinemas closing 429 locations. Kroger's grocery store chain shutting down 413 stores. It's not affordable to be in retail anymore. Foot Locker closing 400 stores by 2026. Macy's will close 150 locations by 2026. Walmart already this year has closed 6 of its supercenters. While the U.S. Senate has passed nearly $100 billion to send to other countries that Joe Biden just signed yesterday, most can't even find Ukraine or Israel on a freaking map, let alone Taiwan. We are paying money that we don't have as our economy goes down the toilet and American jobs die. Of course, we know we're going to ban TikTok so nobody can talk about it freely.
Imagine a recession, but the cost of
Con, if you want to go to Isaiah chapter 30 and start at verse 1, because this is the system that our people trust in, the system that's biting them in their ass, but yet it's helping somebody that got nothing to do with what's going on over here.
So from top,
Con.
this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
Con, that rebellious children is talking about the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, they go down to Egypt and they ask counsel and they get advice from what the world got to say, specifically America, the self-proclaimed white man, his doctrine, his ways. They take the advice of that, What should I do according to black culture? What should I do according to feminism?
Right, which the covering of the Lord's Spirit is what this Bible. You're supposed to be taking heed to what's the words that's coming out of this Bible, which the Lord said in only a remnant is gonna follow after him. Man. Real quick, I'm gonna grab this. This is the book of Isaiah 10:20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them.
Because it says stay upon me and to depend upon or to lean upon for support. Because we want you to lean upon the ways of the world. We usually lean upon the government and still do to a certain extent. Brothers get certain aid, food stamps and things like that. But to fully trust in that is a trap.
Yep.
It's a snare. That's why I say such as our escape, because we might receive certain things, but we don't trust in it.
It says, but it shall no more stay upon him that smote him, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. You see, in truth, man. And how we do that through the Bible. We follow after the scriptures, man. We see that the Lord has delivered in the times of famine. Okay, the Lord has done miracles, and He will do those things once again. Right? While you people wait for miracles from a carnal man who can't even do miracles, man. If he could do a miracle, he will heal this fucking society, man. But he can't, man. Cause he's just a mere mortal, man. A base man.
Which he actually does and will do pseudo miracles. Pseudo meaning false. A false miracle would be what? When there's no food in the grocery store or you ain't got enough money to afford it, well, he gonna do the miracle, tell you to come take this CHIP, and then you gonna have this much money on here for you to be able to go buy what you need. That's gonna be his miracle. But that's not in righteousness. It's gonna be in wickedness and in deception.
Can you read verse 2?
Oh yeah, kind of.
Isaiah 30:2. And walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked.
So I can read verse 1 one more time.
Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord.
It said, woe. Okay, grief, sorry, misery. Okay, confusion, disappointment, and ultimately death and destruction is going to come to everybody that continues to trust in the self-proclaimed white man. Because it's going to get very chaotic, but he going to be the same one. He is the one that's causing the chaos and creating it. He's going to be the same one that comes with the solution. And for you to run down to him, okay, to follow after his solution, okay, his pseudo miracles, that's going to lead to your death and destruction.
In Revelation 13, it said what? He calls it all. The self-proclaimed white man is the problem. He's the one that's gonna have you in straits, man. Okay, but not for salvation, but for your destruction, man. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children," said the Lord, "that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin."
And that's why ultimately why Jake don't come inquire of the prophets, why they don't come into this truth. Because they don't want to repent. They want to be able to keep being niggas, keep being moles, keep smoking blunts, keep dealing with each other, women, and so on and so forth.
It says that walk to go down into Egypt.
And not only is they being wicked niggas, but they trusting in the system in America.
It's because you tell a nigga, oh, dollars crashing, you got the BRICS nations coming up. They don't want to hear that shit.
He not gonna believe you because he just did 80 hours this week.
Right, yeah. Shit, nigga doing 120. You feel me? Unlimited overtime, and then get mad when you get taxed $1,500. See what I'm saying? See, all your work is in vain. They tell you that in 2 the 16th chapter. You're doing all this for nothing, man. The Lord has this place will not carry on, man. It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves and the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
With the shadow, that's a defense, from the heat, so to speak. But the heat is when shit's gonna get real bad. So they're gonna trust in the government when shit gets real bad. We just make a mention of it. They're gonna take the CHIP, gonna have people being brought to the what they gonna call it, the detention centers, you know, things like that.
Re-education.
You have the re-education centers. Wow. And people will willingly be going to these places. Why? Because they're going to be trusting in the strength of Pharaoh. The modern day Pharaoh will be the self-proclaimed white man. You know, beginning with their wicked elites, the ones that's in control, the ones that's in power. You
keep on that?
Yeah, kind of one more verse.
All right, this is back Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 3. It says, let's get all the way to Jeremiah. Isaiah chapter 30.
Because it's only going to be so long before our people actually see that what they trusting in is actually it's actually an illusion and it's to their demise. Because right now, like you were just saying, Jake, they don't see that, you know, because they think this place is still thriving, or it still has a potential to thrive.
Because Jake think, oh, they got that pandemic money, the PPP loans, they up right now, you know. They investing in crypto and all these other things, but Esau's only letting you have that because he moved on from that shit, man. That was, it said, gift blinded the heart, man. That blinded your mind, man. This is verse 30 in Isaiah 3. So like Isaiah 30 and 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
So our people trusting in the government, that's going to be to their shame, okay? And to their confusion. They're going to be perplexed. They're not going to know what to do, because what they was doing, which was trusting in Esau, Edom, it wasn't working. It wasn't benefiting them. Now that they done took the CHIP, now they got the grievous sore, they got cancer, okay? Or they took it, but due to their social credit score, they can't buy, you know, what they want to buy and things like that. So it's going to be to their confusion, to their shame. Did you have something?
No, you got it.
You want to go to 2 Ezra 15? I'm going to play the rest of this.
Matter of fact,
Everything continues going up. This is a scenario that is currently playing out right now.
No, keep going.
And could go into effect later this year or early next year. This is called stagflation, where you have companies continuing to lay people off, earnings are going down, yet inflation continues to go up. We saw this with the recent GDP numbers. They came in significantly lower than expected. And this morning you had the jobs opening report. There are 300,000 less jobs currently active right now. Unemployment has ticked up a little bit, but is still sort of hovering around the high threes. Now, I do think that report is false because there are a lot of people who are working 2 or 3 jobs just to get by. And unfortunately, inflation just continues to go up. We are seeing big companies reporting significantly lower earnings than last quarter. Amazon, for example, last quarter they reported 170 billion in revenue. And this quarter, they only reported 143. Now, I know that is a lot of money, but then you look at Starbucks. Starbucks has actually guided down, and their number of stores has reduced for the first time in the United States. McDonald's reported $300 million less than they did last quarter, which is a staple for lower income people to go and eat. But now McDonald's is just so expensive, people can't afford to eat there. Stagflation is probably worst case scenario for the economy, because if you have companies continuing to lay people off, yet the cost of everything is going up, this is an economic disaster. And unfortunately, it will leave the Fed in a situation where,
like he said, if you got everybody losing their jobs, okay, but yet the price is going up, he said this is an economic disaster. And I'm going to get the word disaster, because going back to the title lesson, it says this is the recipe for disaster. So everything that's taking place is helping to further bring forth the result of a disaster, which a disaster is what? It says, the etymology, it says anything that befalls of ruinous or distressing nature, any unfortunate event, especially a sudden or great misfortune. Okay, sudden meaning what? Unexpected, because people are not going to expect to wake up and see a loaf of bread $250. You know, they not going to expect to wake up and see gas at $12 a gallon. You know, it's going to be unexpected. It says sudden or great misfortune. Not only is it unexpected, but it's going to be far beyond what they expected. You know, what they believe. Why? Because they was trusting for things to go back to quote unquote normal, which things was never normal here in America for so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American.
Right. And he said stagflation, meaning your wages, like when inflation increases and your wages stay the same, it's all bad. You're not making no money, you losing. This is why you see even those that's retired baby boomers, those small hats that got riches over here, they're digging into their retirement even more, okay, because they know that they're not able to stay above water if they don't do those things, man. The Lord has everybody in the same predicament, man. And even the elect, okay, you people that believe in a rapture, you got to go through this shit too, man. You're not about to escape from this tribulation that's coming upon earth. The Lord's about to test everybody's faith, man. Okay, we know the elect is gonna be delivered. But I got a precept because exactly what he said. This precept breaks it down, man. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34 and 21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood, man. You see? So the bread of the needy, who is the needy? It's talking about the Israelites, man. We're the real needy. Because the other nations are doing well off, man. You got vape stores and you got 7-Elevens and gas stations and all these things, man. Okay, while the Israelites have nothing. We don't have nothing, man. We live in check to check, man. And the Lord is getting us by doing that. But to you people who are living beyond your means, okay, hey, real soon you about to be on a low level like us. You're not gonna be able to sustain what Jake can go through, man. You're not gonna be able to sustain going without food for days, even hours, man. Okay, even probably fucking weeks, man. You people gonna lose your mind when you get put in that situation, man. It says, "He that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder," man. See, and who's that? Straight to the point, it's Esau, even a self-proclaimed white man. This man fits the scripture to a T, man. He's the one that's defrauding Jake of his wages, man. Because really, in the scripture, you're supposed to pay a man before the sun goes down for his work, man. But Esau makes you wait 2 weeks, and then he takes multiple taxes out of that shit, man. If no taxes was taken out of Jake's check, Jake would be doing well off, man. See what I'm saying? Even if we did wait 2 weeks, Jake would still be doing good, man. But he makes you wait 2 weeks, not knowing what the fuck can go on within those 2 weeks, and then he takes money out of it, man. Fucking 5 different taxes come out of your check, man. This man is a man of blood, man.
I got a quick precept for a statement you made. Basically, you said you got people that may be so to speak have some type of consolation for right now, but eventually it's gonna be a forgetfulness of it, because a lot of people, okay, as you see on the screen, what looks like it to be an Edomite, look like he probably in a nice car, but guess what? He probably got a car note on it. Not to make mention of, he probably live in an apartment. His rent probably, $2,000 a month, probably going up, and that's going to eventually, he already is feeling it, but it's going to get to the point where he's not going to be able to afford that car, not going to be able to afford his apartment, But I'm going to read this is Sirach chapter 11 and verse 23. It says, "Say not what profit is there of my service." Verse 22. It says, "The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessing to flourish. Say not what profit is there of my service, and what good thing shall I have hereafter." What service? Talk about serving the Lord. You're not supposed to be questioning and doubting what the Lord can do for you, because eventually it'll tell you that in Galatians the 6th chapter. In due season we shall reap. Meaning when the times come, the Lord he's gonna bless you. Speaking specifically in terms of Jacob's trouble, it tell you that Isaiah the 65th chapter. Ye shall thirst, my servants shall drink. Roughly paraphrasing, so on and so forth. The men of the Lord, they're gonna be good. But it's gonna be the rest of the people outside of this truth, the rest of you Israelites, that's gonna have to worry. In verse 24, it says, "Again, say not, I have enough, and possess many things. And what evil can come to me hereafter? In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and in the day of affliction, there is no remembrance of prosperity." So Jake driving in Hellcats and wearing designer and things like that. When you got to worry about starving to death, it's gonna be a forgetfulness of how much you spent on them shoes. It's gonna be a forgetfulness, of this and that, the things that Jews taking joy in, because now it's time for you to catch hell, to the highest degree.
Right, that's the parable. Yahushua spoke to a man that was building the storehouses. Then he said, "Thou fool, this night I require your life, man." The Lord is about to take a lot of spirits. He's about to take a lot of spirits from off this earth, man. You see, and Lord willing, we endure to the end, man. You see, because the Lord said He came to cause division, man. He came not to send peace, but a sword, man. You're gonna see a lot of blood being shed real soon, man. Okay, mainly for the lack of bread and water, man. All right, and I'm gonna grab that. Say it is 15, and I'm gonna go straight to the point. 2 is 15, and I'm gonna start at 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition, right, a violent uprising among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes," these government officials.
Okay, and I was gonna say in sedition, also going into when people start to click up, they start to make factions. You're gonna have this group of people over here running these neighborhoods and things like that. You're gonna have this group of people over here. This group over here, which these group over here, they got a Humvee with a gunner on top. They was in the military and things like that.
Remember that movie we was watching that one day, American Blackout? You had these Edomites. They had a storehouse. What is that shit called? They were preppers. See what I'm saying? And they thought they was good until you had somebody. I think it was the daughter's boyfriend. He ended up exposing that shit and bringing other people in, and then that shit was taken. All that shit was it caused mass chaos, and that shit they lost all that shit, if I'm not mistaken, man. You see, and it also says those things that you store up now will be laid up for the elect anyway. So whatever you saving, the elect is gonna be used for the benefit of the elect. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
When the governor, the mayor, even Joe Biden, the president got something to say, they're not gonna have no respect into it. Okay, they're not gonna care about no mandates, no curfews. Okay, you can't come to this neighborhood at a certain time. They're not gonna care about none of that. Said the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Meaning whatever the demons that's on those people telling them to do, that's exactly what they gonna do. Why? Because it's to fulfill prophecy.
It says, "A man shall desire to go into the city, and shall not be able."
You're gonna have the different checkpoints, and it's not just cities, but it could be neighborhoods. It might be a checkpoint. You can't come into this neighborhood. It's locked down. It's blocked off.
And sometimes it may not even be by the government. It may be by, like you said, a local faction. You see what I'm saying? Well, what you got in order for you to get past here? You got some food, your woman, your kid. We need a kid to eat. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be all hell breaking loose on the planet Earth, man. It's gonna be complete lawlessness, man.
And you see stuff like that in some of the movies. People will be trying to, we got to get to here. It's a safe haven over here, so to speak. Well, they can't even get into that safe haven, that city or whatever it is, because it's basically controlled by, the civilians, the people.
It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid."
Said because of their pride, because right now people think they too good for anything bad to happen to them, So the Lord is gonna allow bad things to happen to them in order to bring them down low. Tell you that in Isaiah the 2nd chapter, the lofty looks of men, shall be humble. Roughly paraphrasing, lofty meaning you exalted, you walking with your chest puffed out. You feel you real high-minded.
Right.
Go ahead.
But then what else to say? But only the Lord shall be exalted in that day. You're going to know that the Lord did this, man. See, because there ain't no other gods that's being mentioned about bringing destruction and famine upon the earth, man. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Okay, this is the God. They say he belonging to him is the issues of death. See, we about to see a lot of death on this planet Earth, man. And that's all Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is doing. It's like, you gotta do it.
I was gonna say, it's gonna because it's gonna be hard to be proudful when your bank account went from 1,500 to zero overnight. You know, and on top of that, you ain't got no food in the fridge, so you're not about to go to the store and find any food. And if you do go to the store, it tell you in 2 Ezra the 6th chapter that the storehouses shall be found suddenly empty. You know, and that's another thing that was being spoke about. Had the farmers and whatnot talk about how talk about how basically, you know, it's looking bad for their crops. You know, the crops they do have, but on top of that, the different, you know, soil and fertilizer and things like that, it costs a lot. So it's a lot coming to America. You know, a lot of things that's gonna be used, that's gonna be ingredients for the great humbling, if you will, because America is what they call it, the land of the proud. You know, something along those lines.
Man, so free home with a brave. You see, we gonna see how brave and free you are when you ain't got shit on your table, like the brother said, man. When you brought low, when the Lord humbles this whole fucking place, man.
No, that's the saying. They say proud to be in America.
Oh yeah.
You know, where the scriptures tell you how pride goes before destruction.
In a haughty spirit before a fall. Yep. I got an article real quick. I just want to read the headline. I'm gonna read the headline. It says Americans continue to name inflation as the top financial problem. It says for the third year in a row, the percentage of Americans naming inflation or the high cost of living as the most important financial problem facing their family has reached a new high, man. So if this continues on, which it is going to continue on, then these people are just going to get fed up. And it's like we mentioned in the scripture, it says the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. They're not going to regard nobody, man, because they got little Timmy to feed, and they got Brenda. They got to feed I got to feed my wife Brenda, bro. Sorry, it's the last cup of noodles. You my best friend, bro. Sorry, I got to do this to you. See, it's gonna be no respect of persons in that day for sure, man. See,
it's gonna be a dog eat dog world. You know how the saying goes. I mean, everybody's just gonna be worried about themselves. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
You could I think it's one more verse in 2 Ezra 15.
Oh, come on, verse 19. It says 2 Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulations. Yeah, it says a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Okay, you know your next door neighbor, Ephraim. Okay, he might see you. These niggas barbecue. They bought. Best believe these people watching when you go grocery shopping too, man. You see, they watching you bring them groceries into the house. Meanwhile, they don't have it. They got a couple raviolis left in a cabinet. You see, and they watch. Everybody's watching each other, man. And if it said the scriptures say the children of this world are wiser than the children of light, man. Okay, these Edomites, first and foremost, they're watching. They best believe these Edomites watching everything, bro. You see, and who's the children of light? You Israelites, okay? You Negroes, Latinos, Seminole, Native American Indians. You're just completely lost, man. Okay, you don't understand that we're in a time of judgment, man. All right, Jake don't think Jake is suffering, but Jake don't want to really talk about how they suffer because they don't want to feel embarrassed. No, man. Hey, we're in a kingdom that's not ours, man. We're in a land that's not ours. Of course, we're gonna be at the bottom and suffer, man. But the elect is gonna gather together and push forth through this thing, man. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Okay? While you're not at home, you're going to have motherfuckers breaking into your house, rambling through shit. The safe you got, your best friend might run up in your house and he know the code. He take everything up out of here, man. Okay?
With and the modern day sword being the gun.
Yep.
You know? which a lot of Americans, okay, at least the ones that Esau Edom, that it's like at least the ones that legally purchase weapons. I believe it was like close to 100 million Americans purchased legally a weapon for the first time, you know, since the scamdemic happened. That's just the ones that's on paper. Not to speak all the ones that bought them, you know, on the street, so to speak. You know, just showing you that a lot of people have swords, a lot of people have guns,
and mainly these Edomites, because they're the number one consumer, and that's their blessing to have a gun. But right behind them is number two. Guess what number two is?
Jake.
The nigga woman.
See,
so we gonna see if you nigga women. Well, let's see if you real bold to hold that pistol and them Glocks in that day when you ain't got nothing, you ain't got no food on the table. See if you can go out there and get food, man. You got it. But I'm gonna get that word tribulation real quick, because it says because of the lack of bread, food, and for great tribulation. Now the Edomine tribulation says a state of affliction or oppression, suffering, distress, man. You see, trouble, right? To press, it says to thresh out grain, man. And now we know that's to thresh out grain. That's a harsh process. Like it says in the book of Amos, not one of the least of the grain, worth the paraphrase, shall fall upon the earth. You know, because you got it's a sifting. See what I'm saying? The Lord is about to shake this fucking place up, man. Okay, it's gonna cause a lot of ruckus, man. All right, you got it.
Okay, I'm gonna read that in the GNT, then we can close out. The second Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 16. In the GNT, it says there will be great political turmoil because people they're not gonna be trusting in. They already don't trust in the government, but they damn sure not gonna be relying on it to protect and serve, so to speak. They're gonna be taking that matter to their own hands. It says with one group trying to overpower another. See, going back to the statement I made earlier that we speaking of is gonna be factions. People gonna be clicked up. You know, it says with one group trying to overpower another and gain control, while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to the cities. You're gonna have the lockdowns. You know, the Walmart. You know, which backwards is what? Martial law. You know, you're gonna have the troops. It says because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion where people live. Driven by famine, that's a scarcity of food. So this is the reason people gonna be in such a state. You know, they're gonna be going psycho. You know, meaning they're gonna be unstable and aggressive. Why? It says driven by famine and terrible suffering. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. And a part of people's possessions is they women and their children. Because you're gonna have a lot of women that's gonna be getting raped. You know, a lot of children, they're gonna be getting things done to them. They might be, like Brother May mentioned earlier, it's gonna be cannibalism. People might break into your house just to kill you and eat your wife and kids. It's gonna be things like that happening. You see things like that in the different movies that Esau Edom push out, which that's his left-hand way of prophesying. Because he know these things are gonna eventually happen. And why? Because he the one that's doing them by design. All right, that's it though.
This is the book. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. Right, and this is going into destruction after the nuclear missiles hit America, Babylon, and Greece. Because that's what's coming after all these things take place, man. Okay, thermonuclear missiles going to hit this place when as soon as that MOTB hit. Not soon as, but when that MOTB is mandated, thermonuclear missiles is coming right after the chaos, man. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall thou great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. Keyword is what? Violence. That's what's coming. The Lord is about to recompense violence upon this place. And you're about to see it more and more as the days pass on, especially with this you're not able to speak against the small hats, man, because that's a hindrance on your freedom of speech, man. So this man of lawlessness is about to remove all your laws from you, man. All right, you good.
Because as this place came in, it's going out. How was America? How did America come in? How was it established? How was it built? Through violence, you know, through rape, robbery, and murder. And that's the same thing that's about to happen prior to it going out through the thermonuclear fire, you know, which is it's only a matter of time, you know, and everything we see taking place right now is the ingredients to the recipes for disaster, you know, a great and sudden misfortunate event, you know. So Lord willing, we hope to pray this was edifying through the Spirit. Closing, we'll give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chakadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, where we learned this truth from. And peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe in this truth and sincerity. The next time we say, Kwame Shalom.
Kwame Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.